The rain started just before sunset. Ethan looked out the car window as thunder rolled across the dark forest. This place better be worth it, Jake muttered from the front seat. We drove 6 hours for this camping trip, Liam laughed. It has to be worth it. The four friends, Ethan, Jake, Liam and Noah, had planned the trip for months. No barns, no phones, no city noise, just camping deep inside Black Hollow Forest. At least, that was the plan. By the time they arrived, the storm had become violent. Wind shook the trees like giant hands trying to rip them from the earth. We can't set up tents in this, Noah said. Then Ethan noticed something between the trees. A house. Old, dark, forgotten. Lightning flashed, revealing broken windows and crooked wooden porch. No way someone lives there, Jack whispered. They should have left. But the rain was freezing and the nearest town was over an hour away. So they entered. The front door opened by itself with a long creak. Dust floated through the air. The house smelled old, like wet wood and something rotten beneath the floorboards. "Hello," Liam shouted. No answer. The inside looked untouched for decades. A fireplace covered in ash. Old furniture hidden beneath white sheets. A grandfather clock frozen at exactly 3013. Ethan noticed strange symbols carved into the walls. What language is that? Jake touched one of the carving. The entire house trembled. Boom! The front door slammed shut behind them. What the hell? Noah yelled, rushing to open it. It wouldn't move, not even an inch. Then the lights come on. Not electric lights, candles, dozens of them, one by one, as if someone invisible had lit them. The boys stared silently, and then the clock started ticking. Tick, tick, tick. A whisper echoed upstairs. "Help me!" Liam froze. "Did you hear that?" "Again." "Help me!" It sounded like a little girl. Jake grabbed a flashlight. "We should check." "No," Noah said immediately. "Absolutely not." But curiosity won. They climbed the stairs slowly. Each step creaked beneath their feet. At the end of the hallway stood a small wooden door. The whisper came from behind it. Ethan reached for the handle. The moment he touched it, the hallway disappeared. The boys fell onto cold black sand beneath a crimson sky. Ethan gasped. "What? Where are we?" The forest was gone. The house was gone. Above them floated numerous shattered moons. The air felt heavy, wrong, unnatural. In the distance stood a city made of towering black structures, twisting into the sky like ponds. Creatures moved between them, tall, thin, too thin. Their limbs bent backward. Their glowing white eyes turned toward the boys all at once. Jack whispered, terrified, "This isn't Earth." One of the creatures screamed. The sound was inhuman, and suddenly they began running toward them. "Run!" The boys sprinted across the black desert, while the creatures chased them at impossible speed. Noah looked back and nearly vomited. The creatures had no faces, only mouths, huge mouths, stretching vertically across their heads. One leaped onto Liam. He screamed as the thing dragged him into the darkness. Liam even tried to go back, but Jake grabbed him. "He's gone." The city ahead pulsed with strange red lights. As they entered its streets, they realized something horrifying. The buildings weren't buildings. They were alive. The walls moved slowly like breathing flesh, and everywhere they looked humans were trapped inside the walls, frozen with expressions of terror. Noah pointed ahead. The door. In the center of the city stood the same wooden door from the cabin hallway, their only way home, but something stood before it. A gaunt figure covered in shadows, at least 12 feet tall. Its body shifted constantly, never fully human, and where its face should have been was Ethan's face, smiling. "You were invited," the creature said in Ethan's voice. The boys backed away slowly. "What do you want from us?" Jake asked. The creature tilted its head unnaturally. "This word feeds on fear. Your word opens the door, but only for a short time." Noah whispered, "We need to leave now." The monster smiled wider. "You can leave." It pointed toward the door. "But one of you must stay." Silence. Thunder cracked across the red sky. Jake shook his head. "No, we all leave." The creature's smile vanished instantly. Then the city began screaming. Every trapped human inside the walls opened their mouths at once. The sound was incredible. The creatures returned, hundreds of them, running through the streets toward the boys. Jake looked at Ethan. "Go! What go?" Jake turned and charged at the creatures with the metal pipe he had found. "No!" Ethan screamed, but Jake shouted one final time. "Close the door!" Ethan and Noah ran through the wooden door, just as the creatures swallowed Jake in darkness. They woke up. Back inside the cabin, the candles were gone. The storm had ended. Morning sunlight entered through the broken windows. Noah stared around in shock. "We made it." Ethan looked toward the hallway upstairs. The small door was gone, as if it had never existed. The boys ran outside without speaking. They drove for hours before finally reaching town. Neither of them ever spoke about Black Hollow Forest again until 3 months later, when Ethan woke up at exactly 3:13 a.m. and heard Jake's voice whispering from inside his closet. "Ethan." A pause, then they opened the door again.